Soul Calibur 6.
Seeing if this will work. Okay, there we go. Alright. So far, so good. I better try to get to this. Yeah. And we'll agree on into the battle, so maybe it will work out for me. So I had to switch one of the settings on the freaking microphone thingy to listen to it was doubling up on the microphone access. That's what happened. And there's that crap. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay. Oh, let's just... Oh, he's gonna make a comeback and make this even longer. But yeah, at least there's somebody playing, and you see there's only one room. It's only 10 o'clock, but...
Shut up and sit down.
It doesn't always go so well as to get compete fight. Snipe 101 was supposed to be on later. He wanted to fight some. I don't remember if I beat that dude at all or not. It's pretty good. And he does something pretty good. Not him, I ain't played it. Well, I played him, but I was actually thinking of whatchamacallit. So I can't remember how Snipe plays. I was thinking of a guy playing Piranha with me yesterday. And he's pretty good. Uh-oh. That's pretty nice. That match pretty quick.
Shut up and sit down.
Things are looking up.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Yes, all this you can
痛みは人を饒舌にする。私が
そんな力で挑むか。
Battle 1. Fight!
あげる。
我が力を。こう。はっ。
思い知れ。
Everybody's suggesting it, but it's just okay.
悪いな砕け散れ
I'm pretty sure that's why they like that. One dog is that easier to set switch things,
砕け散れ
but easier on the system and
ぬるい
everything.
いや笑わせる
Annihilated.
Battle 2. Fight!
時は来た
Oh, I'm trying to have my nightmare before you're supposed to
消し止め
You kept blocking.
破滅せよ消えせた
No,
いや
no,
いやははたはいやはいはは
Battle 3. Fight!
どうぞ。
ここで消え去れはっひゃさらばはっひゃはっせいたはったやはっさらばてたこれが定めだた
That's what I was trying to do. Kind of almost. I forgot to attack out of that. And then you have to do something. And I don't know. Did they did?
ここで
I don't know.
消え去れ
Depending on what the answer is, you
Battle 4.
dictate what to do.
はっほさらばたややせいた笑わせる砕け散れ時は来た消え去れ消し止め破滅せよ消え去れ
この
Battle
敵はない。
5. Fight!
はっ小賢しい消し止めさらば
付き合いすぎて。
こうてやたいやこれが定めだでははっやははは
What the hell is
足
that?
りないの。
Oh, that's freaking Amy. Oh, man, Amy. That happened. Hey, man, that's
The
not.
battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so
Yeah,
bravely.
I'm kind of putting stuff apart.
していればいいのに
Uh-oh. I'm not.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Okay. Let's try this again. I did horrible the first time. Let's try. I don't know who's got this thing.
Soul of Nightmare.
Did horrible.
私に任せて。
The winds fan the flames of the warriors' fighting spirits.
死んでもらう。
私に勝とうっての？
1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight!
Yep. For some reason they called it.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 3. Fight! Battle 4. Fight! Battle 5. Fight!
Yeah, that thing I'm trying to do.
Battle 6. Fight! Battle 7. Fight!
Good fight.
Claim victory
Yep.
and bask in the glory.
Dude, messed me up. That's a better nightmare. He actually knows how to do the other moves. I just do not. I can't remember how to do them at all. Alright. Check this dude back.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
What did you say? Something, no.
Battle 1. Fight!
That's what I used to do if I was in Commander. Now I feel like I got dominated.
Battle 2. Fight!
I wish I could just get a game capture, but and I think it's
Battle 3. Fight!
I'm pretty sure it's somehow.
Battle 4. Fight! Battle 5. Fight! Battle 6. Fight!
Pretty close.
Battle 7. Fight! Battle 8. Fight!
解放する
9 match. Best out of 9. That's what makes it hard. You're supposed to almost full wins. So it's
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Oh, we won. Yeah, they won't stream now. Can't run OBS. I do have to leave. Oh yeah. I have to see. Does this have voice chat? I don't know. We'll find out. I imagine it does. It does not. That's not. Okay. I am playing a freaking game. God. Here, is he just in there? Hold on. That's how. Who is in line, I guess. Probably did you? Oh man.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
You don't want to make pride.
Xianghua.
Oh crap.
行くわよ。
Do you have Discord?
Blood, flesh, and souls are offered to the gods amidst deathly chants.
私の剣についてこれる？
そんな力で挑むか。
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight! Victory will not come easily. Battle 3. Fight! Battle 4. Fight! Victory goes to the last one standing. Final battle. Fight!
Forgot. I actually think about sidestepping. God damn it.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Yeah. He's pretty good. second.
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Soul of Astaroth.
たぎるぜ。
無駄なこと。
Blood, flesh, and souls are offered to the gods amidst...
Not this time.
そんな力で挑むか。
I think. Probably not, but we'll see.
Battle 1. Fight!
That's how I kill.
Battle 2. Fight!
Is that all you got?
Battle 3. Fight! Battle 4. Fight! Final battle. Fight!
That's pretty nice that they did it.
victory and bask in the glory.
I don't really.
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Soul of Siegfried.
面白い。
神よ
Hey, Renoishii,
Welcome to
can
the
you hear
stage
me?
of history retold.
Renoishii, can you hear me?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, the reason why I don't use Discord, well, aside from the fact that my groups literally started 1 year before Discord even existed, well, that's one reason, because let's just say our members tend to stick firmly to what we've adapted to, know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The other reason is because we've been the victim of some rather serious bully attacks on involving Discord too, so with that said, you see the idea?
Mm-hmm.
You can also get away with cyberbullying others through Discord legally too, from what I've learned with it too, that is, on my brief time on it. Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you can see
The
why,
desire for power leads
you know,
the
you can see
warriors
why
to the
we
arid
don't
desert.
use it, right?
Yeah.
Plus, we already have 2 other alternate voice chat programs, ARC and Skype, of course.
Oh yeah.
I say this though,
One.
I will say this, we only use Skype actually for the case of DDoS attacks on Steam. You know, specifically during their summer and winter sales.
Uh-huh.
And we also have it restricted to specifically members of the Elite Vanguard and, well, any allied diplomat and or informant, that is, too, for that matter. Point made.
Yeah.
Victory goes to the
The
last.
reason why we have it so restricted is because, well, how does the idea of me having to almost call the cops on a 13-year-old member sound to you?
That does. That sounds about right.
Well, believe it or not, he got my phone number through Skype when I couldn't privatize it properly back then, and he was sexually harassing me over the phone.
Really?
I kid you not, the 13-year-old boy, well, this is the weird thing about him, too. He found my evil laugh sexually attractive.
What?
Stand. Fight
I
to
kid
the
you
last
not,
breath.
and this was This was actually a former high-ranking member, actually. Not Elite Vanguard material, but you see the idea?
Uh-huh. Wait 1 second.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
trying to install Steam on my phone.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we normally would be against the idea of having Steam on your phone, but the thing is, though, I'm placed in a spot where I now have to use it on my phone just because it won't work on one of my tablets. Point made.
Oh.
So, with that said, the new exemption is there, of course. Point made. And to kind of also prove to you how devoted we are to using the voice chat programs we have so far, actually, let me give you another first example. We had Razer Comms at one point before Razer shut that service down, right? I can only get up to at least 4 members out of our numbers to join us. So there's one piece of proof. Then the other part, well, we literally had to deal with our allies from Clan Ghost Bear trying to set us up for a massive bully attack, too, by saying they were trying to force me into Discord, and yet they never gave me any way to locate them. No chat room data, not even a handle ID to work off. We,
Victory goes to the
Well, I had
last
never
one
really actually
standing.
did voice chat a whole bunch, so
Final battle.
I see.
yeah, I barely had a reminder so I can start.
Right. And, that said, look at it this way. Once you get used to us, you see the idea, right? We're rather, laid-back group, but at the same time, we provide maximum security with maximum freedom. How's that for an interesting slice of utopia, right?
Yeah.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen.
Oh, also, that reminds me, I do have some good news to bring up, though. Our overseer, Scardio, for the Warframe branch is actually, he's slowly getting his computer ready. He's actually having a friend develop it, and, well, he's keeping me posted on the loop for that note, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Also, here's a good question for you. How close do you live to Baltimore?
I'm in Illinois.
You're what?
I'm in Illinois.
I thought you were from Maryland.
Well,
I was looking up that restaurant.
yeah, it was.
Or the Red Lobster. Okay,
yeah.
so you did move recently then.
No, I was. It was in Illinois. The
Because
store number was
I had it,
269, I do believe.
and I looked at it. It said it was in Maryland, according to Google Maps.
And it probably did. Heck damn it! I am beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, and rats too, because the thing is, that family member who was supposed to be helping me with these legal matters, she's not able to drive actually, and honestly, my plan was to actually, well, based on what I saw for the maps, you see the idea? I was hoping that I could actually, kind of bank off of you for this, so that way I could have an offline witness too with this matter. Point made.
Yeah.
Basically, this legal matter I'm in, I'm just going to make it just short here, or keep it short for you. It's nothing personal to me, but only because I've been asking for so many people for the extra help here. Know what I mean? Basically, my dad has been making threats over possible legal holds over me, legal and financial holds. I'm trying to have the matter looked into and have a few witnesses left behind, so that way I can I can return back to Hartford County, Maryland after a problem kind of, gets, going on, that is. Point made.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, I could try to take, my dad's threats to authorities, but authorities are going to want evidence, and the only evidence I can give would be on the borderline of wiretapping. So the right idea is to escape, but show evidence through the legal matters, that is. See the idea?
Well, actually, if you have two people are having communications, one person is allowed to record it without telling the other person. Legally.
And
yeah, you can record your conversations for evidentiary purposes. There's nothing. You don't have to even let them know that you're doing it, and it still be admissible in court.
Honestly, though, I like the way I'm going about things already, because it would also, well, I feel it's better for me this way. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather do it covertly instead of causing a big fire. Know what I mean?
Yeah, 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Understood? Understood?
Okay. Yeah, why does it say? I didn't set it.
It auto does it from time to time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's true.
Welcome to the stage of history.
A few of our members have gotten annoyed about it too at times, but it doesn't bother me just because, do you see the point? A lot more. Let's just say it's not easy to.
Is that Steam setting it to a way, or?
No,
it's
the game did it itself, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't doing that before.
It does it from time to time at random.
It must have been after an update. So
no, it's been doing it from time to time. I've noticed this problem ever since the game started, actually.
It gave me after all.
Yeah, I'm not letting you get those ring outs, though.
Yeah, I
don't care if they're. I don't care if they are Astaroth's friend here. They're not my friend in this case.
I don't usually go for ring outs. I mean, they just happen sometimes. Usually, I never.
I only go for
Warrior
them if I'm
spirits
using
are forged
Astaroth,
below
but
the
that's because I
never-ending
like to make full
skies.
use of my characters. Point made.
Yeah, but ain't nobody gonna go for that with Astaroth.
I do, but that's because I'm. Let me just put it this way: victory and defeat mean nothing to me. I merely give it my all 24/7. So with that said, I'll use any method outside of hacking and below the belt stunts. Point made.
Yeah.
Battle 2. Fight.
Hey, look at it this way. You should see the old attack cards for Cervantes and Soul Calibur 3 UFS sets. You know why?
Why?
They were as strange as Yoshimitsu is unpredictable. So, yeah.
That works. I don't know why.
Stand.
All honesty, yeah, just enjoying the match too, though. And you walked into that one, of course. That was just a close, okay, not so close move on my part.
Victory.
I mean, I was trying to dodge, and that was the closest thing I could come up with.
Battle 4. Fight.
I haven't played this in like months because I just couldn't get anybody on.
I see. Well, I developed Fighter's Lair to help develop this with friends, but unfortunately, you're going to see a few members expelled for rule violations soon. Actually,
Oh.
we have literally at least 3 of those members in the chat well, they're on the verge of specifically attempted puppetry. So with that said,
Puppetry.
well, yeah, they're trying to puppet me and/or bully me so I can let a person whose members were strongly against back in our ranks and such. This person pissed off literally every woman within group
The
rank,
battle is over.
and
Show respect for the fallen who fought
also
so bravely.
we could hold for Rule 9 violation in the sense that this person was, or has a very strong, well, there's a lot about this person that's a match to a person who was expelled from our ranks for massive bully attacks on members.
Ah. So he's just a jerk. Yeah.
Right. And I'm trying to take care of the matter safely and peacefully, and also reason with one of the members in question. But they're showing they're basically showing signs of stubbornness here, unfortunately, point made.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I hope they really learn that, if I may make a quote from the Big O, there is but one truth,
Sophitia.
and as long as you divert your eye from it, you will forever remain a puppet. In this case, the member who was puppeting them is the one who was, or the person puppeting them was the one expelled because he pissed off those members.
Uh-huh.
Point made.
Yeah.
The leader of the attempted rebellion is trying to get me to
The cacophony
believe
of battle
that
cuts through the
this
deathly
member is
silence in an
innocent when I had
invitation
all
to
the
madness.
evidence. I literally have hard evidence on it too that proves all of this. So, point made.
Yeah. And at that point, it's just, you know, I just ban them and just be done with it. It's just not even
I
worth it.
understand your point, and at the same time, we have our own legal system to go with. I prefer not to exercise my Rule X authority rights, though, because you see why? We're in a spot where we can't really, afford to lose members, but we have to replace them instead. Make sense?
But
Because basically, we're short-staffed severely as it stands, okay? Especially if I'm trying to get my teaching sessions for UFS taken care of. Does that make sense to you now on why we're doing it this way?
yeah,
We're looking for replacements instead of, directly expelling them in this case because
Fight to your last.
it's the
you
safest path
can
here.
at least cut them off from being able to communicate with other people, right?
Battle 2.
I can, and I am doing that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, as long as he's not a detriment to the community
The other thing
while you're
about
trying
the
to
guy,
make it.
too, is this here. He doesn't talk to the other members.
Okay.
So, with that said, I also know how he's communicating the rebellion, coordinating the rebellion, too. I have to talk to Scardio about a special offer, okay? See, this member was supposed to be setting the shining, or the new example for Elite Vanguard. Unfortunately, he's not showing that. So we're looking for a new person who's willing to take my offer of becoming that shining example. Have our Elite Vanguard, whipped back into shape and safety. Know what I mean?
Victory will not come easily.
How many
It
members
must be
are? I haven't even
seized.
looked. How many members are in there?
For this jurisdiction chat, I'll give you the numbers after this match. Sound good?
Yeah.
So I'll also tell you now, I don't have the numbers for our MMORPG group outpost because well, aside from some minor cleaning I've been trying to get to, but I've been a bit too busy with. We have a few members who were meant to be expelled. I never got around to it because I've been so caught up with other matters. Point made.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I put, this kind of action first. However, the thing is, I'm kind of in a tight spot with UFS at the moment, and, well, the thing is, well, let me just put it this way. 5th ranked UFS player wants me to show progress for his for the contract I agreed to with him. I'm having a hard time showing him that progress because of interference issues offline, okay?
Victory will not come easily. It must
And
be seized.
we also need overseers who will actually do their part. That's why Scardio is so important in this case. Point made. I even made it clear though that he doesn't have to help out with the interior, the structural design for the clan dojo too, because let's just be honest, you already know how expensive that is, right? But let's just be honest though, once we get it at full strength, wouldn't it be worth it? Literally, a 15, or a dueling tournament hall for 15 dueling rooms, and a 10-room obstacle course for the tournament hall.
Stand. Fight to your last.
I know you're wondering though, why 10 obstacle courses for that though, right?
Yeah.
Simple. I'm hoping at one point Digital Extremes will incorporate the idea of making a custom obstacle course. So we can have like a tournament hall for that. Do you see where that's going? I'm planning pretty much unknown amount of years in advance, in other words, with that stunt. Not bad though, right?
No. It's more organization than any of the other groups.
And we usually are pretty organized. It's just when I have to, when I have to sacrifice time to make time for something else that's important. You see the idea?
Yeah.
That's where we fall behind on a few matters, but in the end, it all gets figured out and sorted sooner or later. Makes sense. Now, for members of this side, we have a total of 8 group members in total, according to what it's reading for the chat room. Our let's see here. Branch, our Steam group branch, Freebie Gamers. Let me quick. We have a total of 27 members there, for the most part. It's going to be 26 by the time I'm, done with at least. Actually, well, actually, it's going to be more like 25-ish, depending on how things go completely. Okay. We then also, for the Tactical Mercenaries of the Northern Star, going to be at least short 5 more members in theory, based on, again, the violations and such. But like I said, we have a good deal of members in other groups too, okay? We don't expel for inactivity because, again, it's our way of showing respect to our own members, that is, too. We also have a small offline branch of at least 10 members, too. So, you see the idea, right?
Yeah.
Our numbers are small, but at the same time, think of it like this. We still have a lot of quality to our members over quantity. Point made?
Yeah, they actually are active.
Well, it's not activity that matters here. It's how trustworthy they are. Know what I mean? for example, we have these two members, Highlander and Episode, as we call them on our MechWarrior Online unit, right?
Okay.
I'll tell you now, these two are possibly some of our best high mobility mech experts, and yet at times they have a hard time getting on for various reasons.
Oh.
Now, with that said, let me put an example with me here on this note. I try to be well balanced in mechs for MechWarrior Online, I ultimately end up specializing in heavies and assaults, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have these two light experts here with us. Do you see what that does for us? We have two people who can help with the one drawback that I have, the problems with.
Welcome to
And
the
I help
stage
these
of
two out
history
just as
retold.
great too, especially since I developed the mobile LRM boat, which I know if I ever find or see Highlander again, you see the idea?
Yeah.
He's gonna love that build. You know why? That is my special... This is one of my favorite LRM boat builds because basically it says I can get from the choke point of Theta to the rear line, or to let me rephrase that, to a vital point, or say vital point Alpha, without any trouble. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, not really, because I haven't played it, but
basically, the speed allows me to provide.
In a cursed castle hall,
the speed of the
warriors
mech
dance in a
basically allows me
masquerade
to
of death.
provide support fire with my LRMs without having, without taking too much time from getting to key strategic points.
Battle one. Fight.
It's not as infamous as, say, my Indie LRM boat Hybrid or the Die-Hard LRM boats, but it's still a very potent build.
Yeah, the last time I played mech, it was the board game. It was a role play.
I see.
Yeah, that's the last time. So I do know a little bit about Mech Warrior. Just a tad bit from what I remember back then. But...
It is a it's a more thinking man's FPS game, as they have come to call it too.
Two. Fight.
Well, yeah, because you can't just
The
run in
mechs are
and
slower usually.
you can't just run in.
Indeed. Or if you do, you end up here as a target practice or a decoy.
Yeah, because they got that heat. Yeah, because they overheat and everything. Yeah, that's right.
Right. And take it from a guy who has the worst luck with covert ops in that game, even though that says quite a lot. Do you see why I say this?
Yeah, covert ops ain't for everything.
No, let me just put it this way. When it comes to covert ops, I'm usually great with them, but in MechWarrior Online, you know what ends up happening when I'm using an ECM light mech?
Huh.
I accidentally run into the front of the main army instead of the
Victory
back
goes
of
to the
them.
last one standing.
Point paid.
That's see, like me, I would probably choose a heavier mech also because I like having armor and being able to take hits and live.
Well, with me, I don't do front line work for the most part. If I do, it's more front line support. I'm usually back line, actually. Specifically, Gauss rifles and LRMs.
But that's still, I would still play heavy because, they were able to do the heavier guns and you get the bigger missiles and everything. And if anybody got through, you can at least take them hits and, still provide support.
True, and here's the other thing to bring up. The logic you're bringing up to the table is also the same logic I'm using for a
Claim victory.
special drop jacking game that I can honestly say, once I get it off the ground, IAS are already quaking in fear about it. They're going to be very pissed off when they see it. You know why?
Why?
How does the idea of 4 heavy mechs with the speed of an average light and or medium mech?
Let me see myself to nod away. I don't think.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
That's a sucky setting.
It happens from time to time, and
It's because you're idle. I mean, if I was pushing buttons or something, it wouldn't happen. So,
right.
Yeah.
But do you see what I'm? Or, what do you think of that for an idea, though? The drop deck, in addition to the fact that these are going to be tanky too.
But yeah, that was always my thing when building mech. It's just, you know, I want to have armor, I want to have speed also, and I want to have the best of both worlds, but I still want to be able to do damage, you know, and take damage.
I see.
That balancing act is kind of.
This is where we actually differ, because originally with my builds, here's the thing with me. I literally build my mechs for war, and that usually with me means, you know, I maximize damage and tanking outputs. I've concerned myself with heat management later because that's something I have a bit of above average with. That's why I have to put disclaimers with my own mech builds, makes sense. And then speed, well, my take though is I made people, when my first mech build ever was an Armored Core Project Phantasma. Have you ever played that game?
Stand. Fight to your
My
last
first mech
breath.
build, I called it Ambush 51. It was a one-man precision warfare tank that I made during my the summer of my 5th grade to 6th grade year, right? When I made this build, you know what my friends decided to do with Armored Core that day? Or back then? They actually decided to do a high mobility flashy build, right? Guess what Ambush 51 would do to them, though? Would just stand in the center of the map, open fire, until their mech is destroyed, they would rage quit, and I would move to the next target. They would rage quit over the fact that my build was simple over flashy. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can actually believe that.
And
it's just me. It's just lately. It's just later in life. You know, I used to just do tanky and high damage, but just later in life, I started learning like different games and stuff. Games that have some speedy characters. You know, they're like glass cannon. Kind of
right.
like a major.
And I understand too. At the same time, well, you know, I build as I see fit. If I see something interesting, I'll make it. If I find a build that suits me that someone else made, I'll copy it. Make sense?
Yeah, you try anything.
Actually, I even found a historical build for the Timberwolf that actually suits me better than the Timberwolf build for the SNES Mech Warrior game. Or one of them, I meant. And by one of them, I mean the one that actually had names for the mechs, not the one that didn't have names for it.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Still, though, that's kind of interesting, am I right?
Yeah, the last time I played a mech game had crap. I can't remember. I think it was on Android.
I see.
Yeah, so I really hadn't found a mech game that kept my interest.
The cacophony of battle
for mech suits, that is. I see.
And then I didn't have a PC that could really run games for a long time. And then I got into all these RPGs, so
I see.
Yeah, I just never really found a mech game that was. There was a few of them that just didn't have the customization that like Mech Warrior would have.
I see, and look at it this way too. Our unit, even after our little problem with the big power player units of Clan Ghost Bear, we're still the wild card of Clan Ghost Bear because of our tactics and our members. You'll fit right in home with us too, knowing our staff members too for that branch. Point made.
Victory.
Plus, we're even good friends with some of the really infamous units too, like MS.
Battle 2. Fight.
And I say MS is infamous for one reason.
Yeah.
How does the idea of an entire 12-man coordinated team using the medium-class crab mech and then blitzkrieging you to death in less than 5 minutes sound? That sounds like a nightmare, doesn't it? And here's the other thing to bring up too. We have an upcoming recruit for the Warframe brand who said that they suck because of that.
So what?
Because they use a mech that he hates.
Oh, God.
And you know what I'm planning to do with this member as a warning shot, right? I'm planning to report her behind his call sign for MechWarrior Online and report this to MS. You know why? You know what MS is going to do about this?
I don't know what.
They're probably going to bring back the 12-man crab rushes again. So, with that said, added the fact that MS likes to harvest bodies of their opponents instead of go for objective points, you see the idea?
Mm-hmm. Oh, crap.
You blocked it in time, I could tell.
Yeah.
But, shoot.
Yep.
But you can see why that'll be so funny, right?
Yeah.
Especially because, you know, the reason why MS and our unit get along
The
great.
battle is over.
Well, we have a
Show
few
respect for the
fanboys of the
fallen who
unit,
fought so
by the
bravely.
way.
Wow.
Because here's the thing here. Their 12-man Crab Rush has earned the nickname of 12-man Cancer Rush by its victims.
Oh, wow.
The reason why is because think of it like this here. Doesn't matter what mech you use, they're going to slaughter you that fast.
Oh, gosh.
You know, you could use all the medium hunters you want. They're not going to let you
Welcome to the
live.
stage of history retold.
Oh, I might have to. I might look at it. I might.
We also,
I
you know,
might look at it because, like I said, I like mech. I've liked mech games, but yeah,
it's not easy to find
now,
one with the right customizations.
Yeah, when did this mech game come out? The one you're playing now?
It's been out for a few years actually. I will warn you though, there's some possible
Soul of
sketchy reports that it may close down, but we don't have enough info to make sense of it though. You know why?
Well,
let me explain the info that I have for you. The company making it is called Piranha Games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of the curators saying it's at risk of removal due to IP expiration, and yet the same company is making MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries.
Oh, so
does that make any sense to you?
Well, yeah, they might. I mean, it kind of like the DCUO. They had a Marvel game that was out, and it was pretty good, and it suddenly closed. But I mean, they might just stop that game and just go to MechWarrior 5 instead of keep doing Stadio games. I mean, you're still getting updates and stuff, right? And new content.
Right, we are. It's just we haven't seen any sign of some newer, or we haven't seen signs of newer mechs though yet.
Oh.
Or, you know, or let me put it this way: we're still seeing events and all, but no, well,
nothing new.
You know, well, we're not seeing any coming soon data past the mech for July. That is, or I mean for June. That is.
So they might just be they might be ending support for that game. I mean, it's something that happens. It sucks. Especially sucks if they don't let you port your the stuff from your last game over. And hopefully they do that. Let you take
victory will not come easily.
But if they don't do that, then if they don't do that, they're planning on revamping the whole system, and hopefully they make a game that's still enjoyable.
Well, I'll just say this though, MechWarrior 5 is completely different from MechWarrior Online. It actually has lore and storyline to boot too.
Is it actually Is it still a multiplayer?
It's going to be multiplayer, but you know it's a lot more different than MechWarrior Online is clearly. And there's no clan mechs too. It's strictly intersphere mechs. I do like both sides, IS and clan. But you see where my concern is though?
Three, fight!
It's so different, and yet it's just not making any sense out of things. So make sense?
Yeah. That's just the way games get better produce stuff. I mean, anymore now get a good RPG that run 10 years, but then they're gonna make a like part 2. I mean, like with the way I look at it, like they had Guild Wars. They had something like Guild Wars, they did all the factions, all the expansions. They did like 15 or 10 years of it, and then did part 2. And they'll keep that for a good 10, 15 years. Then they'll do a part 3 and everything. Everybody can start all over again. To keep updated with technology and stuff.
Fight to your last breath.
Right, and they've been keeping things updated too. Graphics are...
Yeah.
Fight!
At a certain point, though, it's easier just to, you know, just a new game.
Right.
Rather than trying to update, and then you have all these conflicts. Yeah, equipment conflicts, software conflicts. Yeah.
I see. Well, nonetheless, though, I'll be trying to, I'll be keeping, members posted within the loop and offer a abandoned ship notice if we need to. I'm hoping we don't have to lose the branch this way too, though. Do you see why?
Yeah.
So many great comrades there, so many great friends. You see the idea, right?
Just hopefully if they, what was
they could probably be doing something
Victory
big.
goes to the last one standing.
That is another thought, but
Final battle. Fight.
The only thing you could like hope for if they stop developing content for the online game, that they at least keep the servers open, for another decade. Sometimes they do.
And the other thing that's also concerning, though, is this: there's also esports presence for this game too.
Yeah. Of course.
Well, here's the thing here. The MechCon event also hosts the World Championships each year during the winter holiday season. You see where I'm concerned here?
Yeah.
I even made a promise to our members for that branch that if we actually get a team that feels ready to do it, we'll actually enter the next World Championship.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
That's what it sounds like.
I'll say this too, as from what I can tell too, though, I just have to wait for these guys to be ready, though. Do you know why I say this?
Well, yeah, because they're gonna be mad.
Well, I'm saying I have to wait for them because I can tell you now, I'm constantly at full strength in MechWarrior Online. As it stands, I am a living nightmare and a tactician that rivals that of a guy by the name of Tumbleweed, who is rather infamous as hell as a tactician. One of the main reasons why we're labeled as a wildcard unit is because of our tactics, though.
Yeah.
Basically, our tactics are so outside the box, we could cripple IS factions without too much trouble. How impressive is that? Right?
That's just one of those things where, people... Well, some people, I find it in For Honor, they have people who will watch videos on characters and they'll start playing exactly like that character they were watching. Then you have a whole people using that character, they're all fighting exactly the same way. And people just got stuck in that way because it works. And the problem with it is, if you would actually just, try, they won't try much new because, they get stuck in their ways. And that's one of those things where when you go into a tactical game, you can't just go in there and just be like, well, I'm just going to play it by the book. A, B, and D. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm never gonna go past C. I'm never gonna D, E, F, or down to Z. And that's, yeah.
Yeah, you can see why this makes us such or makes us so infamous, though, right?
Yeah. If you can't, if you can't adapt to situations and do and try new things, you pretty much are just copying everybody, pretty much.
Indeed, and now you see another reason why there's this saying that's also true, is that being to be versatile is to do well in our ranks.
That was an accident.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seen.
Wow, that actually reminds me of a few,
Battle to
yeah, that reminds me of my, randomly, or my missed grenade fire in, Killing Floor a few years back. Actually, side note though, your character also reminds me of another character from, the Red Horizon set with, UFS, by the way.
From what?
victory
He reminds me
will
of a
not come
character
easily.
from
It must be
the
seen.
Red Horizons UFS set.
Horizon?
Fight!
Red
Oh.
Horizon.
Oh, Red Horizon. Oh, okay.
It's basically a custom set that Jazzco made with its own storyline and everything. I don't know the character's name, but I recognize the face though enough to say that there's a match there, okay?
Uh-huh.
I do know one of the cards for him was God of War, that is, though.
I
And it
miss
wasn't
God of
Guan
War.
Yu either. I'll say that much.
No, it wasn't. You don't mean... You mean... That reminded me of the guy from
Stand.
Asura's Wrath.
Fight to your last breath.
Kind of. One of those little D
Battle
guys.
4.
Right, I know.
Because I've only watched... I didn't get to play it. I only got to watch...
I'll send you a link to the character once I look it up, that is, so, okay?
Yeah, that'll be...
Almost that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was like...
I
It was a-
wasn't paying attention to
Claim
visual
victory
range.
and bask.
It was a half
my
a foot
mistake.
away. That's all it was.
Let me real quick look up that character that I was
Uh-huh.
speaking of here, because it's starting to annoy me now.
Yeah, I hate it when I can't remember stuff. I will be there doing everything just for a slight idea of what I'm trying to think about.
Alright, one
Oh,
sec.
I gotta fight this guy anyway.
Understood?
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Yeah, I love this game where you can actually get matches.
Alright, and let's see,
Let's try this.
Soul of
and go
Siegfried.
to UFS Ultra. But yeah, the next set is actually one that the company, level 99, I believe it was, or 99 levels, is actually getting help with promoting their next game for.
Ah.
Basically, the trick with UFS as a card game, as a reminder, the trick is to borrow IPs from other companies and then, let those sets sell themselves. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You guys think of it like
Warriors
this here.
cross
Which
swords
would
beneath
you
the gaze of the ancient god.
be willing to get into? Something that you already know about, or like say Street Fighter, or something that's complete, you're a complete stranger to. Know what I mean?
One.
Well, it depends. Because I don't mind. I mean, nostalgia, yeah, using stuff that you're good at or you already know about is good. But I also like trying new stuff, new games,
Right.
and takes on stuff. Because if they can build a convincing world, I mean, that's always great.
True, but when you're also dealing with big competitors like Upper Deck and Wizards of the Coast, your room is, minimum. Point made.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's why. That's
Well,
why
it's not
people go with
impossible,
That's why Jasco. You see the idea though?
Yeah, go ahead.
They go that route because it's right. And let's see here. The name of the character is Morathi.
I've never heard of it.
Well, like I said, he's from the Red Horizon set.
This guy is laggy as heck. This guy is laggy.
Actually, I can also say, side note, he has a bit of a Slayer trait for DFO too, based on his arm. I believe I'm just now noticing that. And I'm also glad we're able to do the voice chat too, because the other thing to note, we do voice chats for inspection reasons too, and we're also under a minor code yellow at the moment due to suspicious activity. That is, point made.
Suspicious activity.
We have a few, aside from, those members who are, attempting, or who I have it as attempted puppetry, there's another person who may be in violation of a Rule 9 for us.
Battle, break, fight.
Nothing too special, but then again, okay, and I couldn't get the exact link. When you get there, just click on the link I gave you in chat, and then from there, check where it says character card, or let me put it this way,
This guy is horrible.
for type, you check the character box, then you scroll down to the set Red Horizon Blood Omen, and then click search. Okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah, this guy is so freaking laggy. It's stoning all over the place.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
倒れるわけにはいかない。
Yeah, horrible.
Well, let's see how he fares against me then.
Yeah, it's really stuttery, so tell me how it is.
Oh, wait a sec, this person...
Wasn't it the guy that fought earlier?
Yeah, but he backed out he backed out too.
Yeah.
I have to
He
check
was
his
fighting
profile based on the name though. There's something about it that I meant to check about it earlier, but you see the idea?
He
He
left.
left too quickly.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I've been keeping it private, besides the fact that we got word of a few attacks too, that is, from, well, let's just say that one member who I expelled for pissing off our female group members and causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing here. Helfix stupidly, the one member in question for the rebellion, well, he tipped me off saying that he's going to be joining my rooms.
Oh.
He tipped me off that way, and he was playing the victim card in a false way.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, he was acting like the victim, but in actuality, he was the criminal. Point made.
Yeah. Yeah, some people ain't got nothing else better to do than be dicks to other people.
Indeed, and yet it's so sad too how they could, how
they screw with you,
they
yeah.
at that, and they could be, putting their talents to better use.
Yeah, that too. If you got a much initiative
With that
to
said,
keep
as a
screwing with
leader,
somebody.
with that said though, for one who's on his 12th year as an online group leader, I'll say this here. One of the things you'll want to note about me, I have the tendency to put members at their constant, put their talents to the constant best.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is because I prefer not to waste talent.
Yeah.
After all, what's the point of having talent if you're going to waste it, right?
Yeah, let's not get into that. I've wasted a lot of... Yeah, I wasted a lot of time doing nothing. I could have been a million miles away from here with $1 million if I wanted to.
I see.
Yeah. Just being young and stupid is what happened.
Oh, look at it this way. Sometimes we just need other people to help, tap into those talents too, and, well, leave it to me to have that kind of capability too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, yeah. That's why I am good at tactical games and junk like that. It's like when I play For Honor, most people look at it like a, damn, they didn't let me spectate that match, he's so laggy. Yeah, and tactical games, it just looks like a fight. You just go in there and just fight each other, but if you don't, think a couple of steps ahead, you're just going to lose regardless how good you fight. And that's just one of those things that annoys me.
Actually, that's the, let me just put it this way, though. Now you know the thinking of most of my family. They look at gamers as that stupid, if you know what I mean. And yet, I constantly prove them wrong, and they deny it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame them because a lot of gamers are that stupid. I mean, they just... And then the ones that, they have to cheat to win, and that... even more frustrating. It makes it even worse for us.
Actually,
it makes it worse for everybody.
Let me put it this way. I'll say this here.
Mm-hmm.
I've slain hackers in Warframe before.
Yeah.
I have no problem doing it again because the last ones I fought never got me to go past my normal limits.
I didn't have to try hard.
Oh, it's not that. It's just when I found out the person, well, in one of the cases, I found out the person was using a lag-generating hack.
Oh, gosh.
And a reverse score hack. Where every time I would get a kill, the kill would go to him instead.
That's bogus.
Well, here's what he would do. He would use the proximity lag-generating hack to mask up his reverse score killing hack. I fought the guy at my normal strength limits head on in a way where you could tell by the match. If I was streaming this and Rebecca Ford saw it, you know what would happen? Banhammer confirmed.
Yeah. Hopefully get banned.
I have to admit, there is one thing I'm wondering, though. I am kind of wondering if she is single because I am kind of interested in her based on her voice, at the least, as the Lotus.
Who are you talking? Oh, I know this chick.
Yeah, Rebecca Ford does the Lotus, actually.
I might have read an article about that, but I don't remember much from it.
She also does security work, too, for those servers on Warframe, too.
I don't know how bad of a... I mean, most of the people I play with, because I really wasn't doing a whole bunch of PvP. I didn't see too much hacking, but, because I always did
we hardly run into hackers. If anything, you know what we have the hardest time with? Getting people to stay in mats with me in-game.
Oh. Well,
the reason why is just because of how strong I am, basically.
Well, they did For Honor, they made a matchmaking quit penalty. Is what they did. The only way you can get out of a match without having to wait, because they ban you for 15 minutes if you left the match. So the only way to do is to close the application, but of course you're going to be down for about 5 to 10 minutes while the game reloads anyway. So, yeah, that's how they decided to. And Warframe should implement that if they keep doing stuff like. If they had like a ranked section, they'd probably implement something like that. But it's just...
Welcome to the stage
let me check
of
this
history
person, too,
retold.
before you face him completely. That I Win You Drool person does look familiar, though. Like, I had to expel him from our from these chat rooms at times. Okay,
Oh.
I will say that much. The thing is, he's not letting me get a fix on him though.
Soul of
Point made.
Mitsurugi.
遊びましょう。
This metal rhythm guy doesn't look like anyone I know. I'll say that much.
I might have played him before.
I see.
I usually memorize everybody I played if I actually found to look at the name.
Same here too, unless the person bored me in that case. But don't
When
recognize the
souls
person, it's
collide,
because of that,
chaos
point made.
erupts.
But side note though, if you thought my tactics in MechWarrior Online were brutal, let me put it this way, you should see me in Paladins, you know why?
Battle
What
one.
is Paladin? I always want to play Paladins at one point.
You played Overwatch before?
Yeah, I got
It's
Overwatch. I just don't have a
it's-
mouse.
basically Paladins is it's a more complex turn compared to Overwatch, and there's no character who it has autism either, last I checked.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I can point out what character in Overwatch has autism, and that's actually what drove me away from Overwatch, side note.
They had a character with autism?
Yes.
Ooh! Was it one of the new ones?
Actually, it was one of the girls, I can tell you now.
Victory will
It
not
had to
come
be
easily.
it's one of the new
It
girls,
must be
right?
seized.
It's not!
It's one of the
I
old
know,
ones?
I recognize the character when I see her, okay? Let me bring it up real quick then, okay? It was Symmetra.
Really?
Really?
That's the one with the shield, right? Or the drone, or
the Egyptian girl with the blue dress.
yeah, and she dropped those little diamond things.
Yeah,
Victory
she's
goes to the
actually
last one
autistic.
Yeah, those shooting. Yeah. Yeah, I played them a while.
Three. Fight.
That's
I
stupid.
can honestly say I can also take a look at the cast here. I find most of the cast boring. And, well, I could also think of characters that are significantly stronger than a lot of them, too, that I like, okay? So, an example, Moira, thing about her, interesting character, but if I wanted a character who could be basically a healer and a plague at the same time, I'd go with the Apostle Delise from Dungeon Fighter Online storyline. You know why? She was really one of the most interesting characters in the sense that even the other apostles had fear of her in some ways. You see, in her world, or the original world she came from, she could cure anything, right?
Uh-huh.
But in the world of Arad, where she's currently residing in, she is nothing more than a plague and the complete opposite of herself
Yeah, man.
in Arad, in a way where her shadow, well, you're familiar with the tanks from Left 4 Dead, right?
No.
Yeah, the big hulking brutes that can, knock cars at you.
No, I actually haven't played.
Welcome to the
that.
stage of history.
Never played Left 4 Dead.
No. It was at a time I
See,
really wasn't. It came out at a time where I really was just doing Android games, and like I said, I had a PC
I see.
that didn't really work.
If I can
To
fix
play
my
game.
computer to get Left 4 Dead 2 to work properly on display issues, we need to play it soon. You know why?
I
Soul of
don't know.
Geralt.
Let me just be honest with you.
Is it
We've
a
had a
shooting
lot of
game?
in-game war story moments.
Oh, what is Left 4 Dead? It's not a zombie game, is it?
It's a zombie survival horror game.
That's what I thought.
But we've had some really funny in-game war story moments. Specifically, screw-ups.
Huh. I don't know, I might try it.
Warriors cross
Let me put
swords
it.
beneath
Let
the
me
gaze
put
of
one of
the
the cases
ancient
here. We had
gods.
to survive until a boat arrived in one, or let me put or give an example here. In this one part of the mission, we were at the. Me and my right-hand man Hex were at the final part of the run, right? We had all we had to do was wait for a boat to arrive at this house, right? So I had the idea of throwing a small pipe bomb out a narrow window. We know that's already a bad idea, right? Thing is, I thought I was feeling confident with my accuracy where I felt I could get away with it. You know what ends up happening? Ends up bouncing back in at the last second. I yell heads up over the
Victory
mic.
will not come easily.
Hex
It must
somehow
be
doesn't
seized.
hear me over everything
Battle
and gets caught in the blast, and I get caught in an outburst of laughter so hard I cannot move and shoot at the same time. How messed up is that, right? Actually, the thing about the game too is there's even Steam community map support too, by the way. So, have you ever played Half-Life 2 before?
Nope.
If you've ever gone through the chapter We Don't Go Through Ravenholm, there was a map on that too, right? Now we had to survive a horde of zombies going the same way we were trying to get through.
Victory will not come
This
easily.
other
It must be
example.
seized.
Next, yelled over the mic, does anyone have a chainsaw I could use? Even though there were two of us, of course. I said, no, but I have a Molotov. And then response, cracked a Molotov point blank on a zombie's head. I then get put in a moment where I'm literally at an extreme outburst of laughter, where I cannot move and shoot at the same time. Hex is getting burnt. We were both getting burnt at the
battle
same
is
time
over.
for it.
Show respect for the fallen.
We had to
who fought so
restart,
bravely.
but I was laughing so hard though that my own tears were burning my eyes.
Oh man.
One of the things you'll also learn about the game: do not disturb the witch. When Hex and I, when we first started during my first year as an online group leader, when we
Welcome
first
to the
started playing
stage
Left
of
4 Dead 2
history
together back
retold.
then, would you like to know one of the worst things we've ever done to the AI? We've disturbed the witch so many times that the AI was literally disturbing the witch for us the next few times.
Wow. Wow, that's an online game, ain't it?
It is, too.
Oh gosh.
That's pretty funny, though, right?
Yeah, I was gonna actually try them also at some point, but yeah.
I'll say this, too, though. If you... Do you get into Paladin, side note? You should join me in
The
Stardew
desire
for a few
power
runs.
leads
You
the
know why?
warriors to the arid desert.
My Akuma stance will leave you amazed.
Oh. Is
I
it?
call it my Akuma stance for one reason, though. You ready?
Battle
Yeah.
one. Fight.
And a matter of speaking, it's a mental stance where I'm just as brutal as Akuma, and I'm also striking my opponent at critical vital points where they're literally crippling before us. So that said, imagine the enemy team basically in complete and total
Victory
disarray
goes
just
to the
because I
last one
targeted their most
standing.
critical vital point at the start of the match.
Battle
Oh.
fight.
Most teams do not break that way, but because I'm able to see the weak points of the enemy team, you see the idea? That's why the matches at times put me to sleep, literally.
Oh, that should have been out.
Nah, you were saved by a magical pixel.
Yeah, that should have been out.
Really? A genital punch?
It was that.
Victory will not come easily.
That
No,
I
I'm
didn't
just
know
making
how
a
to
joke
do.
though. You see why?
Yeah.
Battle 3. Fight.
I still should have been out last time.
I see.
Oh,
Walked into it.
yeah. And this is one that you can't whip on this game. You have to hit something.
Ass. Yeah,
The
what do
battle is
you
over. Show respect
think of,
for
you know,
the
a stance
fallen
like that, in
who fought
addition
so
to the
bravely.
fact, though, that when the other thing is I call out the enemy team's weak point, right?
Uh-huh.
And when I do, you know what happens?
You get
Members
beat
are
up.
performing at specifically double their strength value, especially when I add in colorful insults on the other team that only our team can see. I once
Welcome
said
to
that
the
the
stage
that
of
Dan
history
Hibiki
retold.
could fight better than the enemy team. As in Dan Hibiki from Street Fighter, by the way.
Oh. I don't know. I haven't even played Street Fighter enough to.
Well, long
Know who
story
that is.
short, Dan's the
Oh
joke
yeah,
character.
dude. That is
Soul
Dan. You
of
said yeah, Dan. I know who that is. Crap. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
it. Because I tried.
Actually,
I tried to do. Street
here's the
Fighter.
funny thing to also bring
go
up
ahead.
too, though. SNK's joke character is actually a spin-off of Dan Hibiki in concept, at the least. You know how Ryu's the main hero, and then Dan's basically the knockoff
Blood,
of him?
flesh, and souls
Yeah.
are offered to the gods amidst
With,
death and chance.
SNK, the King of Fighters series specifically, their knockoff is a knockoff of their main character, Kyoko Tsunagi. In this case, Shingo Yabuki is the character. I say this though, they had another good joke character in KOF 2006 that was nice. That being the announcer character, Hyena. But he was more of a joke in the sense of, haha, Yoshimitsu, unpredictable. You know what I mean? Still though, not bad, right?
Battle 2. Fight.
Actually, it was a good thing I was able to get the match in too with Houston, because the honest fact though, I was getting addicted to Soul Calibur XCOM 2 again.
What?
XCOM 2.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't played that.
Now, it's a good strategy game, or a great one, in all honesty. Actually, I could say this too. If you want a strategy game that will really, you know, challenge you, but plays like Final Fantasy Tactics, you see the idea?
Yeah. I used to take the
This
hell
game
out
will
of
do that, and the multiplayer, though, this is the other thing, though. The
Battle
multiplayer
three.
is kind of like it's kind of like a more virtual version of Warhammer 40k tabletop in some ways. Interesting, right?
Warhammer. Oh my goodness. I was gonna play that.
I
on
admit,
Android.
let me put it this way to you. One of the first few PC games I got into, or first PC games I got into, was Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Soulstorm, so I am a
Really?
Warhammer fan.
I got in Diablo first. That was the first one.
I see. That was one of the first ones. The others were World of Warcraft, regrettably,
I did
and
that.
Counter-Strike Source.
I never did that. I did do World of Warcraft for a while.
I actually left the community for World of Warcraft due to how many of my offline enemies had connections online to that game. And honestly, well, I kind of felt I had, well, let me just put it this way, it didn't really feel like my kind of game.
Yeah,
For MMORPGs that play similar to it, though, give it to,
Claim victory.
Star Trek Online and PWI. Those are a lot better.
I would give it to Final Fantasy 15 or 14.
I don't like subscriptions. Let me just leave it at that.
Well, it stopped being a subscription and became free to play. But yeah, no, 14. The 15 is the one with Knox, and I got that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to relook into that, but one sec. So I need to get a drink and take care of something real quick. I'll be back shortly. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He did not do that crap before. At all. Why is it such a short idle time anyway? Only 30 seconds you can idle down there, and then what? You can, it doesn't switch back automatically.
And I'm back, and actually, so before I forget, there is one game I thought I'd recommend to you that you might like, by the way, since you're using a controller.
Yeah.
Have you ever, you've played games like Double Dragon before, right?
Yeah.
How would you like to play, or how would you like an MMORPG that has, well, plays like Double Dragon, but as an MMORPG, and with player versus player combat?
Are you talking
That
about
plays
Blade and
similar to
Soul?
like a 2D. Actually, no.
Okay.
The game I'm talking about is called Dungeon Fighter Online.
Oh.
I can say, with the exception of the community, I love everything about the game. The storyline, the characters, even the music is some of my favorite, where it's like, damn it, why can't I find 30-minute or an hour-long extension of some of these tracks?
Huh.
I kid you not. The music is that good. The story is interesting as hell.
Yeah, the only reason I had Blade and Soul because it kind of plays like a... it's an RPG where you play with controller. It just doesn't work well with Steam.
I see. I see.
It was a great game, too. It flows nicely. It had great gameplay.
Right.
Storyline was pretty decent, but it was like an old style, like, Wulin type. You know, you have the characters, they can, like, float in the air and stuff like that.
Right.
Glide and jump, like, you know, in the old martial arts movies and stuff like that. So
right.
That was the appeal for me, because that was pretty good as far as
honestly,
lore.
It just appealed to my childhood years when I would play games like Battletoads and Double Dragon, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe.
So yeah, they're just fighting.
And the sleekness of the anime.
They're just fighting, right?
Right, and using guns too, actually, and other weapons.
Said Dungeon Fighter Online.
Right. We actually have a small branch there that serves as Sacred Ground too, by the way. One of 2 Sacred Ground MMORPGs. The other is Warframe. We've deemed them as Sacred Ground games because we have this spiritual belief that if you play the game long enough, your skills sharpen dramatically as a gamer in general. Actually, side note too, though, we're still a few men short from getting our custom raid team together without running any problems with, specifically, well,
Welcome to the stage
we're trying
of
to
history,
avoid having
retold.
problematic random picks, know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So that way we can farm the loot for ourselves, and then once we get the endgame gear for all of our characters, or for, you know, all the endgame gear for one character, we'll go to another character. You see the idea?
Uh-huh.
Clever idea too, right?
Yes, it is.
And with that said, though, here's what we have, or here's where it stands. We have one male Nen Master who, you know, we have someone for the male Nen Master role, or male or female Nen Master, that is. And then I'm doing DPS because I have a character with his endgame gear complete, okay?
Uh-huh.
So with that said, we need, specifically, we need someone to do tanking, and then we need a male or female Crusader. You know what the problem with this is, though? We've only been finding people who want to do DPS. They don't want to tank in that stat too, though. You know why?
Because DPS dies fast.
Battle 2. Fight.
Actually, DPS is needed for speed because, well, just be honest. Let me just be honest with you. There's a few spots where you'll need a good tank to, you know, get through some of the hard spots. Know what I mean? But the thing is, though, there's some really nice tanks that say "ouch." Know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like that's why I didn't want to play DPS because they were like they couldn't take no damage. You had to, and then you know they relied on the healer, and the healer was good.
Actually, in the case with DFO raids, you have to rely both on the male or female Crusader, whichever you have on your team, and the male or female Nen Master, again, whichever you have on your team. You know why?
Oh no.
The Nen Master specifically, well, the other thing with the Nen Master, though, they have to use there's one thing that needs to be a requirement with their build. You know what that is?
What?
They have this skill called Nen Guard that will protect you from AoE attack, or that is. So, with that said, you see why that's so important?
Yeah. It doesn't look too bad. The video on the gameplay.
I see. I could actually show you one of my videos for it too, by the way, if you're interested.
When is the DPS?
Battle 4. Fight.
I put it this way, though, for tank rolls, there's some great tank options, for style, that is. Like, here's an example for you. How does the idea of putting your enemy on fire and then using holy water as a catalyst to add even more damage sound?
That sounds
The
pretty
battle is
okay.
over. Show respect for the fallen
That's
who
the
fought so
Inquisitor
bravely.
class for you, and she's a rather nasty tank, too. Or better yet, here's one that just should, you know, just scream it all for you, though. You ready? Shotguns, and grenades, and
Welcome to the
exploding
stage of
swords.
history retold.
That's not bad.
That sounds like your kind of tank, right?
There is one reason why I didn't like playing tanks that much. I don't know, because
Why?
they were slow.
Well, Well, this one could combo hard, though. And, you know, again, we're talking grenades and shotguns.
Yeah. Oh crap. It just chose for me.
Yeah, it did. But, you see why you might like that?
I might.
Okay, how does the idea of a
I might.
long-range tank sound to you, though?
Yeah, long range, I don't mind,
The
sniping.
cacophony of battle cuts
Yeah.
through the deathly
Well,
silence
it's not
in an
necessarily
invitation to
sniping, but you are
madness.
using, you know, like, say, armor-piercing explosive rounds that explode from the inside.
Oh god.
A gravitational cannon. And you can even call in your own personal mini nuke, too. How's that sound? I kid you not. Well, that's the launcher class for you. Male and female, and the difference is, well, you'll see when you look at them further, so, you know what I mean?
Victory.
Actually,
Battle 2. Fight.
I see.
I
I can tell you another good tank you might like, too, though, that's real simple to pick up. How does the idea of using a halberd and then basically for the most part, chopping through hordes of enemies with a single slice? It's really, or the class I'm referring to, I believe, is the Vanguard, and it's really smooth to pick up, too. Of course, the other thing, another one you might like, though, how would you like a character that does a lot of grabs?
Battle 3.
That would be nice. That's why I like that.
Well, there is the grappler male and female versions of it there that will fit down your bill. Or, I guess another idea, though, how would you like for a class that says, okay, I get to ride on a unicorn mount. Or a tank. Well, that's the Knight class, or the Elven Guard Knight for you, that is. Let's be honest with you, too, while the game does gender lock some of the classes, part of it's because of the storyline behind the character, okay? But, long story short, with
Claim
the,
victory and bask in the glory.
with the Knight, her 4 subclasses, there's just, I believe, though, just, you know, just what the fuck is the best answer to describe them. Because they're that random as hell. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna wait for a second. I can
Understood.
fight the next person.
I'll let them fight
I
off
gotta
too
get
for a
something to
bit
drink
too.
anyway. I'll be right back.
Understood.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Shut up and sit down.
殺しちゃうぞ。
The cacophony of battle cuts through the deathly.
いいよ。
Battle 1. Fight.
おっと。あら。やっ。
Okay.
Welcome back.
Yep.
And,
Battle.
Oh boy.
understood.
Yeah, quarter drink left in there.
I see. But, yeah, actually, another tank you might like, though, is the, Inquisitor. Or not the Inquisitor, I meant, sorry, Exorcist. Or not Exorcist. Can't remember the class now. Having a hard time remembering some of the classes because I've been away from the game for so long.
Fight.
I will say though, you might like. Actually, I'm not gonna get myself fixed with that one because I have a feeling I'd give you the wrong class name by mistake for that. I get the Striker and Brawler fighter classes mixed up because, well, they sound so similar. And yet they play so differently, though. One can use boxing gloves, or one needs boxing gloves, the other needs claws. One is straight up DPS, the other, or one is straight up DPS and tanking, the other is DPS,
Battle 4.
debuffs, and tanking. But the reason why we also need a Crusader for the raid teams, by the way, like it or not, the Crusaders are the only classes that can heal.
Oh, self-heal?
Well,
Or heal people?
team heal. Yeah, just heal others in general. In the case for the female Crusader, though, she's the only one who can resurrect the team.
Crazy. Well, not.
But you see the point, though, on why they're needed, though, right?
Battle.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah, that would be the key skills people want the most.
Right, and actually, I'm kind of wondering, people have been charging for Crusader, or Crusaders to help out, though, too, though, you know why? I actually have a good, male Crusader. I can try to get up there, but it's just getting the end game gear is going to take a while, of course, and you see where I'm going? The groups that I run, we do a lot of freelance helping with others. So you see the idea?
Yeah.
You know, if they're going to pay me for my service on that note, I'll negotiate and then take advantage of it too, because I'm bored of controlling the auction halls in game too. Point made.
Who fought so bravely.
This is another thing you'll also note with us for any game outside of Warframe, at the least, though. That being, in terms of any games outside of Warframe for our MMORPG group branches, we're basically so filthy stinking
Welcome to the
rich,
stage of history.
where high stakes bets are normal.
Wow.
As proof, I've even placed free starships from lockboxes as bet payments, that is. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Actually, I still owe a guy 2 vehicles, but part of it's because I've been a bit slow with the payment for once because I've been caught up with things, so point made.
The winds fan the flames of the warriors' fighting spirits.
Still, though, that says a lot now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, in the case for Black Desert Online, our Night Guard's a billionaire in-game.
Battle.
Oh, wow.
Fight.
And with that said, it's easy to make a couple mil in only a few minutes, too. That game, that is. Hell, you like to know the even funnier thing about all this, though? This all originally came to be based on one factor. You know what that factor was? The fact that I almost at one point drove one of my Elite Vanguard members, Libra, bankrupt during my first year as an online group leader by mistake.
Battle 2.
I somehow like bounced out of it in a way where I was making a couple million in DFO.
Oh.
Can you believe that?
No.
Basically, he needed help keeping his katana in game in fair shape. He kept forgetting to do repairs at the end of dungeons. And guess how much katanas would cost back then before the release of the male mage? The equivalent of $1 to $3 US in in-game currency.
Victory will not
So a couple
come
million.
easily. It must be seized.
At that time, I told him something that was working for me was I was selling specifically gold cubes on the market for recommended price, right? As I was talking about this, at that time, third in command, Cream, I decided, walked into the chat and said, "Wait, don't tell me you guys are selling these at recommended prices. That's stupid of you. You're gonna get yourself bankrupt." He actually called it right, but it was too little too late.
Oh gosh.
And thus, I drove him and myself nearly bankrupt. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a more enjoyable time back then too, in the sense that we had boss characters that would actually give us trouble, no less too. Nowadays, we can solo a lot of it because of how much people in that game want their cakewalks, where it's kind of embarrassing with how bad they want those. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Still, though, we had those days. Those were the days for us then. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
The desire for power leads the warriors to the arid desert.
Let's see.
Battle 1. Fight!
Let's see how well 9 robes. Well, let's see if he has 9 lives too under his robes. Get it?
Well,
Say that again?
you only have to do 7 wins.
True.
Get 9. And I don't think he's gonna make it.
Look at it this way, he's be thankful I'm not using Astaroth, otherwise I would have been trying to aim a bit more for the ring outs at the least.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Actually, during the Halloween of last year, you should have seen what I did to people using Astaroth in this game. You know why? I would purposely pick this stage and then deprive them of ring outs using a character with Waldo stance.
Oh.
How funny is that?
Yeah, I couldn't damn. The stance that
It
nobody
was
uses.
provocative, but worth it, right?
Yeah. Ouch. And I'm gonna play more and then I'm gonna have to go. I'm starting to get starving. I ain't ate that all morning.
I see.
Yeah. I even got breakfast in the oven. I just had to start them in. When I started, my audio wasn't working because I was scripting.
Victory goes to
I see.
Battle 3.
Windows.
I see you were
10
trying to
is
fix
pain in the
that first, of course.
butt. That's just, yeah.
Oh, look at it this way. If you have any problems with Steam audio and game or in Steam overlay, let me know. We know all the answers to fixing it, basically, okay?
Yeah. Just most of the time, Steam just decides not to work or goes right, like that.
I see. Well, we have enough, experts to help with fixing it for you, though. So look at it that way.
Yeah, I can't do that move on her in my life.
I see.
Yeah, and that when she does that
The
stab
battle
thing,
is
it
over.
does
Show respect for the
forever.
fallen who fought so bravely.
I do it on accident.
I see.
Did he leave too?
Son of-
Then that
Yeah,
other
the guy
came.
left.
Yeah, that
Welcome to the
other
stage
guy
of
got
history.
called on.
I know. I'll be looking into him later, though. Of course. Point made. No sense until. Yeah, you see the idea, right?
Yeah.
I see. I thought. I was thinking a Fantasy Star character, but I'm wrong.
A what?
I thought that person was using a character from Fantasy Star universe specifically.
Oh.
I'm wrong though because of the design
Yeah, I haven't played that either.
and the name. Well, I meant. Rephrase, I'm wrong based on the name. That is okay. I meant the Fantasy Star Universe series was a great series, and it's too bad. Fantasy Star Online 2 is exclusive to the Japanese market, though. Point made.
So you just don't think of the stuff there.
And yet they have so many. Some people even willing to go as far as hack into those servers too from the U.S.
Well, all they gotta do is they ain't gotta do all that. You gotta get one of those fake IPs. So I think you're in Japan.
I know, but you see my point. Why it's a bit sad, though, right?
Yeah. When the Japanese have a lot of good games that they know that will never come to the U.S. That just ended the whole thing.
True.
I just got kicked out of spectating.
The match ended quick,
Oh, the
or
match
because
ended.
someone
Oh, okay.
left.
Welcome to the
Actually,
stage
again, that
of
same
history
person who I was
retold.
suspicious of left.
Yeah, that's probably what snatched everybody. That's probably what snatched him out. I don't think he quit because
Right.
y'all wasn't even that far into
Right.
the match for him to lose, for to be rage quitting.
It's
So.
got to be hit the person or that suspect then.
Well, that's what happens. When you got people that got bad connections, they come in the room. If they
Right.
leave or if they get disconnected,
Soul
it
of
destroys the whole room.
Astaroth.
Usually, I'm surprised the
know.
whole room didn't collapse.
Well, it normally doesn't collapse that way, or with me at least. But you see the idea, though.
Well,
right?
that's usually what happens to me, and I'll get in a room, you get about 6 or 7 good matches before it just
I see.
like this one's been doing good,
Right.
but they could have tweaked some of the online stuff
True.
since then, because like I said, I hadn't played this in 2 months. At
I
least.
see.
In a cursed castle
I've
hall,
been playing it,
warriors dance in a
here and there a
masquerade of
bit.
death.
Just I've just been real busy with the other matters at hand. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
手加減なんざしねえぞ
I just been playing For Honor. I'm gonna try to look at Blatant Soul again, see if
Fight!
Steam is finally.
What do you think of Dungeon Fighter Online, though, from what you saw?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it had nice graphics and everything.
Actually,
Like,
another note to bring up about the soundtrack, by the way, for it. Know this here. The game's soundtrack at one point was performed live, or a good portion of it was performed live in a concert hall in Seoul, South Korea at one point.
Victory
And
goes
to
the
prove
last
to you
one
how
standing.
talented the devs are, let me ask you this here. How many dev teams do you know have a lead developer who can not only sing English properly, but is also a good pianist, too?
Yeah, this guy.
Claim victory and
I haven't
bask
looked at
in
it.
your
Usually I'll
glory.
look at people's stats when I get in the room. See if you've been playing ranked
Right.
or not. Usually people that play ranked are pretty deadly to some point.
I'm not much for rank, but let me give you the link for I'll give you the link for the song that one of the lead developers, aka Dan June, did for DFO. That is okay.
Mm-hmm. No, that was his first match. He had 0 wins and 1. Well, not his first match. He has 1 win in casual matches overall.
Actually, the person I'm giving you the I'm posting the YouTuber who I'm giving you the link for, or the who posted the video.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Is also one of the lead women for DFO, by the way, in terms of her reputation.
For what?
I kid you not, and I can say I've been really interested. I've been really wanting to meet her, though. You know why? You know how I'm trying to make my way as a game developer, possibly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, I don't have a good art designer.
Oh. You know, artist.
So, her art is very similar to that of the original Mega Man series, at the least, and she could make some good serious art, too, if she wanted to.
I didn't choose this guy.
Odd.
Yeah, I didn't choose him at all. Okay, this game's a little messed up. It might have been because, yeah, dude and his crappy connection.
Right. Well, look at this way. You're facing one of the Tideborn girls I made from PWI, who I crossed over. Specifically, one of the ones women love, no less.
Battle 1. Fight!
Wow, that's really what it was supposed to do.
That was a little odd for our movements there, though.
Yeah.
Battle 2. Fight!
Gotcha. Rats. Walked right into it.
I didn't even see if you had another charge.
Victory
I
goes
see.
to the last one standing.
That's something I need.
Battle 3. Fight! Victory will not come easily. It must be seen.
I'm gonna finish this match.
Battle 4. Fight!
I'll be posting the link to you in chat for that song Danju did too. And ironically, it's the same theme song for the female priest, by the way. Yeah, each character has their own Korean theme song to it.
That did not.
Interesting though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Most games now you can't even get an intro for each character anymore. You just do universal intros or beginning of stories and stuff.
Final battle.
They the other thing was DFO's storyline too, though. Throughout the years, there's even you know, like for each era, there's its own theme song for it too. Actually, interesting, right?
I don't know what that purple thing. I have no idea what it does.
The battle is
Cracker
over.
Barrel.
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Zach, here's the
My job is trying to call me, probably trying to get me to work. Somebody
I
probably
see.
quit. That place is hard to keep. It's hard for them to get good people and keep them.
I see. Well, here's the link to that song.
Okay. Yeah, I will
And it
look
was
into it later.
an honor to be able to voice chat with you. I can say, and I can tell you're going to be one of our great members too, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to do my channel and get that built
Right.
up. So I'm trying to. And I started.
Yeah,
talking
we'll be
to
helping you spearhead it too, of course. If you or with that branch idea I told you about, we're just you see the idea, right?
Yeah, and then if I can, yeah, get some more,
Right.
Yeah, I gotta do some more stuff. Get some scenes
Right.
going, intros, outros. I got music.
Right. I can help you with a few ideas for that too. By the way, I have a vintage. I have a sort of a vintage clip from Resident Evil 7 you could use if you want to make it look like an old, VHS video.
Oh,
Clever idea, right?
you said Resident Evil 7?
Yeah.
They had a 7?
Yeah.
I did not know. Last
I
one
actually had a
played was
really
like
funny.
3.
I had a funny winter holiday video idea with it too, but unfortunately I couldn't get enough people to help out, and I needed a woman specifically to help out with part of it.
For the voiceovers.
Or for the voice acting, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And other thing to bring up with the voice acting for any of the videos we do. One of the things I have to bring up, it's not going to be completely scripted. It's going to be improv. If anything, I'm going to, if I have to put anything specific, it's like specific movements for what's going on. For one of the Star Trek videos I've been trying to develop still, I had one of our members. Well, I needed one of our members to walk in and meet me at a table at specifically Starfleet Academy on Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea is she was going to then walk me over to one of the holodeck chambers that, well, she basically did the upgrade.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So, you see the idea?
Yeah.
I had to put some minor coordination there, and actually the funnier thing is, well, only the game Blues and Bullets was complete. You know why?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she was talking to me. What? Yeah.
I said if only the game Blues and Bullets was complete, because I could have made a small mini-series of Star Trek Online based on my fan fiction from that. Unfortunately, the company just disappeared in a matter of speaking. They've been dead silent for a few years, actually.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
And this was a great game,
one
too.
second.
Understood.
Oh yeah, 1 second. Oh, yeah, they probably had somebody quit or something. That's usually what happens. I ain't even ate yet. Oh, jeez, they called the secondary number on my file and everything just to try to get me to work tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna think about it. But yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
But with that said, the Blues and Bullets, the game we were doing this off of, was actually one of those really great hidden gems, and it's really a shame that didn't get completed too. You know the black and white video or photo story project I showed you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it or not, I actually melded 3 tracks from Blues and Bullets just to get that sound, or just to, you know, fit the vintage feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the storyline for it was also interesting as hell. Think, how does the idea of you playing a former detective by the name of Elliot Ness, who originally put Al Capone behind bars, and now you're working with Al Capone to investigate a set of child kidnappings, one of them being his granddaughter, Sophia.
Oh, that's,
And there's a possible occult involved,
of course there's got to be an occult involved.
based on the time frame we're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah. Of course it has to be in the occult.
Yeah. The first, I'll tell you too, though. The first investigation you have to do for it, you can just tell. Let me just make a quote from Die Hard with a Vengeance from Simon for once on this, okay? That being, holy Toledo, someone must have had fun. It was one of those, like, Jesus Christ, what the hell happened to your moments? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Yeah,
And the funnier thing is, the funnier thing about it was a convicted rapist was caught in the crossfire for that one.
Oh, my goodness.
So you could just tell how funny and how, you know, how well the first episode drew you in.
Yeah.
The second one did just as great too. The first one I just can't get out of my mind.
Wait, I have the ideas. I just never write it. I just now started taking notes on stuff of so many ideas that I had that were good and then left. And yeah.
Honestly, you know, with my videos, here's the thing here. I could do it all on my own without any extra help if I wanted to, but I preferred not to, though. You know why? I prefer to have others help so that way they can bask in the same glory here. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.